We are live. Welcome to the Straight Red Football Channel. Yeah, I know a few of you have been waiting to see us all back together again. There's a lot to get through. You're here with Silent K, you're here with O Guns, and you're here with Deals as well. Starting off with Deals, how you been? How you doing, mate?
Yeah, I've been good, man. I've been alright. Been here. What about you? Been alright?
Mate, it's a torturous time to be a United fan right now, but we'll get to that. Yeah. O Guns, how about you? How you doing?
I'm not happy. I'm not happy about so many things. COVID, football. I'm not happy at all. I'm not happy.
Bro. Okay, do you know what? Let's just crack on in it. So firstly, quick recap on how the season. Obviously, Prem's back in it. Prem's back. 2 games in. We've got fixtures next from tomorrow as well. But I just want to recap on last weekend's fixtures. So, couple games. Man United got turned over by Crystal Palace at home. Their first game of the flipping season. Yeah, I'm not even
two seasons in a row, by the way.
Hey, mate, hold on a minute. There's some kettle sound in the background and that. You know what I mean? But yeah, 2 seasons in a row. United got pumped 3-1. But we'll go in. We'll discuss things as well. Chelsea versus Liverpool. Obviously 2-0 to Liverpool as well. That was a big game. It was the red card was obviously the main issue there. We'll discuss that. Other big games or standout performances over the last weekend. Was Everton's 5-2 win as well. Everton looking pretty good. Dominic Calvert-Lewin getting a hat-trick. James Rodriguez is looking like he wants to make the...
He's on fire right now, yeah.
I mean,
doing the job.
Yeah, and obviously last week as well, you would also say Son's hat-trick for Spurs. Not hat-trick, he got 4, innit?
4,
yeah. So Son's for 4 goals for Spurs in their 5-2 win over Southampton. Were probably the key standout things anyway. But for you guys, like what teams have stood out, what players have stood out. Start with you, Deals. What are you saying?
Yeah, man. I mean, it's been a good for Chelsea. We've had 2 weekends now. So obviously we had the Brighton fixture. We've had the Liverpool fixture. I mean, what can I say? Liverpool is always going to be tough. Liverpool's always going to be difficult. And then once we had the man sent off, I just think like to go 45 minutes up against the Liverpool side, you know, fit, back from month off, it's always going to be a struggle, you know. So yeah. That for me, that has to be probably the standout game, and it obviously where it was my team and where it was so like controversial. Yeah, but what can I say? It's early doors. I'm liking the look of Leeds as well. Leeds are looking quite exciting. Yeah. I'm just a bit worried. I'm scared that, like, you know, they might end up being this season's Norwich, where they're playing that kind of that high intensity, high press kind of football, but they're leaving themselves leaky at the back. So I think that's something that, you know, Bells will probably have to kind of look at and address over the coming weeks, because, you know, as the season tears on, like we saw with Norwich, it's quite hard to sustain, you know, that level of football, you know, for 38 matches. So yeah, for me, that's another kind of standout sort of team to sort of performing at the moment for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Guns, what about you? Standout team, players, who's caught you out?
Do you know what? I actually watched probably about 7 or 8 of the games last weekend. I don't know. It's a weird one. Like I enjoyed the Man City game on Monday. Actually, I thought
they got a big injury, by the way. What's his name? Jesus is out 3 weeks.
Okay.
That guy. Don't worry about him, fam.
That's Sterling through the middle then.
Yeah,
Sterling's done that before, man. To be honest, he's not Aguero, man. I'm not worried about him. But to be honest, I think everyone's starting to realise about him, like, he's not that guy. And I think because Aguero was getting on and he's quite injury prone, they're going to have to probably replace him at the end of the season. I always enjoy watching Man City play. De Bruyne, I think they got some fantastic Sterling, they got some fantastic players. I quite like the way Wolves play as well. So like they're usually quite tight at the back, and when they hit you hard on that counter. Like they don't play games. So But yeah, to be honest, I think for me, obviously, last weekend was the Chelsea game that did the damage for me. The I know Christensen's slow, but it was stupid as well, shocking. What Kepa did was dumb. I can't even excuse it, to be honest, anymore. Like before he made people before I wouldn't say there were blatant obvious mistakes. They were just he didn't get there. But that was bad. Like anyway, I'm not even going to talk about that one anymore. But and I'm happy, obviously, with what happened with Man United against Palace. That obviously helped soften the blow with Chelsea's game. I watched Arsenal as well against West Ham for Arsenal. Maybe we're a bit lucky, but we got the points. That's what that matters. Hopefully, they get taken down a peg when they play Liverpool this weekend.
I mean, speaking of Kepa, obviously, you guys have got Mendy now. I've seen this. Is that his real social media, by the way? I've seen him. He's posted something today on Twitter. This account's got 20,000 followers, and it's saying it's his account. Yeah. And basically, he said, Kepa's just kicked me out of the WhatsApp group. As per the Twitter, can you add me back in? Is that a real tweet?
I haven't seen it.
You know what? I've come across it on social media. I'll be honest, I haven't had the chance to look at it yet. I'm not 100% in it, but
I doubt it.
I can't imagine that being true, to be honest. I can't imagine.
Even if you did it, I don't even care if Kepa's done it here, to be honest. So
I can't see Kepa being an admin anyway of the WhatsApp group, to be honest.
To be honest, no. I don't let him be admin for. What value is he adding, bro? The only thing you can do.
Can't be the admin, you know. But, all right. So a couple of things just to touch on as well because there's still a lot more we need to get through. So, and there was things I wanted to talk about last week as well, but we'll push on with it this week as well. So, a couple of ballers in the Premier League right now, mate. Thiago,
oh God, here we go.
Has joined Liverpool, mate. And I don't know about you guys, but obviously this is one of the best central midfielders in the world. Technically gifted, plays the game at his own pace. He's an all-round baller, bro.
Seeing it.
I mean, yeah. Obviously, the streets are saying that was the Bundesliga and this is the Prem, innit? So let's see what happens, innit? But what do you guys think, innit? Big signing. What's he gonna do? What improvements do you think he's gonna have to Liverpool? Start with Dills.
I think. Oh, go for it, Dills.
Cool. Well, do you know what? He's a baller, innit? He is a baller.
They were appearance against you, man, though.
Well, do you know what? I mean, again, with that, I'm not gonna lie. What I will say is it was against 10 men. It was against the Chelsea side with 10 men. So at that stage, we're pegged back. They're gonna have all the possession. They're gonna have all, they're gonna have all the time in the world. So I mean, for me, I wouldn't really judge everything based off that 45 minutes. But I mean, again, at Barcelona he was balling. At Bayern Munich he's been balling. When Man United was interested in him so many years ago, it was almost like, please don't sign him. Please don't sign him. That's one guy you don't really want to see in the league unless it's at your team. I'd have him at Chelsea, to be honest, all day long. But I hope it doesn't work out for Liverpool. I'm hoping it is kind of like a season or two too late. But yeah, it's a good signing. It's positive. We've been arguing, saying that the probably the weak point for Liverpool is their central midfield in terms of the lack of creativity. So having someone like Thiago in the team, I'm not trying to make this comparison here, but will kind of probably bring that Xabi Alonso like kind of, that deep lying kind of playmaker who picks passes through the back and lets the two central midfielders kind of more fill that midfield area. So I mean, looking at Klopp's setup, I think it's a perfect signing.
Okay. And Ogun, what are you thinking about it?
He's a good player. He's a very good player. But as you said, I think, to be honest, there was obviously a lot of alcohol drunk by a lot of those Liverpool fans talking about records, about how many passes against 10 men. It wasn't a full-strength Chelsea team in the first place. And I think, obviously, there's a lot more to go in this season. I just think there's a lot more to go and a lot more things happen. He's a good player, will make Liverpool stronger, yeah. There's no disagreeing with that. But, I think, let's see what he does against Arsenal. I think it'll be interesting to see how Arsenal stand up to Liverpool and what happens there, because they lost to them a few weeks ago in the Charity Shield, right? So I guess we'll see how that works out.
Okay. Another guy that's come back to the Premier League is Gareth Bale. Come back with another injury. Man saying that he's still injured. But you know what? Obviously, on paper, that strike force is looking devastating. Bale, Son, and Kane is a madness if Bale was even 80% the player he was, isn't it? So, Bale's back in England. Obviously, Tottenham got the left back, Reguilon as well, from Madrid as well.
Real Madrid, Sevilla. What do you think of Spurs' midfield, though?
What with Dombele, Winks, who's Spurs midfield?
Sissoko, maybe. I don't know. I'm trying to think myself.
Lo Celso.
But hold on, what's Spurs team? A 4-2-3-1, yeah?
They played last week.
I thought they played 3 at the back.
Did they play 3 last week?
No, they couldn't have. Because last week it was Sanchez and Alderweireld, right?
Was Eric Dyer?
Then they had Doherty and David. No, they did Dyer as well.
No, Dyer played. I'm sure Dyer played, because I remember seeing him.
I can confirm that right now. So Spurs' team, they had 4-3-3. And it was Sanchez and Dyer centre-back. And the midfield was Holberg, Winks, and Dombele.
Oh, Holberg.
It was Son, Kane, and Lucas.
You know what? I felt when I watched that game, obviously, at first they were panicking. I'm not going to lie. Southampton had them at first. And to be honest, Southampton probably could have done a lot more damage. Yeah, a very good team. And England's dangerous. But I don't know, man. I'm still not convinced about Spurs. I still think that midfield's a bit weak. And Dombele, he was good when he played Kane in, to set Son up, I think, for the first goal. But let's be realistic. We all know what the manager feels about Ndombele, bruv. So, we'll see how that one works out.
That's really. But what, don't you think Bell's going to raise the level for them, though?
Do you know what? I think Gareth Bale's a fantastic footballer. But is Gareth Bale still Gareth Bale? The last time I remember seeing Gareth Bale play real football was probably that final against Liverpool. That was almost 2 years ago. I'm not saying he's lost it. I'm just saying I don't know what he can still do. That's it. I have no idea. I haven't seen. When was the last time anyone saw Gareth Bale play football? Apart from for Wales. When did you last see him play? For real?
Yeah, I think this is I'm very interested to see when Mourinho says, Bale, you need to track back, bro. Because
it's going to be long for him, fam.
It's going to be peak, bro. Yeah. You know what I mean? Firstly, I'm not even sure if he's still got the fitness to even do that.
Exactly.
And secondly, he's got that Galactico mentality now, innit? So he thinks he levels, bro. I mean, do you know what? Did you hear what his agent said? His agent said Madrid should be, what did they say? Bowing down.
Right.
Talk about bowing down at his feet or something. I can't remember the exact.
Four Champions Leagues. That's a lot.
So he should be treated with a lot more respect by that club. But I don't know what's going to happen with him and Mourinho, man. When he asks him to do a job on the right, let's see how that goes, man. That's a bit of a mad one. So other football news as well that happened in the last 2 weeks as well that we didn't get a chance to speak about. And there was a lot of celebrations about this, but it's a couple of new contracts. Obviously, one of them was Aubameyang. There was a big social media announcement about that. A lot of dancing and
Arsenal fans, man.
And the other contract signing that was a bit of a mad one as well was Jack Grealish. Jack Grealish is 5-year contract. I might be wrong, but it was a big contract, and I personally feel like his opportunity to go to a bigger club might have gone now. That was his window, but you probably have to see how it goes. What do you guys think? I mean, firstly, how highly do you rate Grealish? Let's start with Ogans.
I think he's a really good player. He's clever. He's tricky. He's got good vision. Could score goals as well when he needs to. But I think he realised, realistically, who's going to buy Jack Grealish? There's probably only one club at the moment with the money and that would want him and have space for him, and that's probably Manchester United to some degree. Apart from and if you did buy him, who's going to drop out? Because he kind of plays, I would have thought, in the Fernandes position. And I think Man United's probably got, with the issues maybe with Pogba already and Fernandes and the way that midfield works, I think Man United's probably got enough there to deal with that anyway. So it's not needed.
Though, man.
So where are you going to play him?
Huh?
Where would you play him, though? On the wing? It's a bit... What about them guys? Like you got Rashford, Martial, Greenwood. It's a bit, and obviously you want Sancho, or I don't know what you want, but I just felt. I think he realised realistically he can get paid more money. Even if he was going to leave, he'd have to go for a lot of money, regardless of his contract, and no one's really coming for him or going to buy him. So I think that's just why he signed.
And if Villa do get relegated, someone will come in and snap him up. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So
that's the other thing.
But you know what? I think they made a good signing, Villa. I think that getting a keeper from Arsenal.
Oh.
I thought it was a clever signing. He was strong last season, and yeah, man, I think he's a good keeper. So, and Grealish, you know what? Grealish will probably save that club again this year. You know, it's just I think he's a baller, to be honest.
Yeah.
In terms of England's flair players, I would argue that apart from probably Phil Foden, yeah, he's probably the most flair player they have, really.
Sancho, no?
Yeah, Sancho's tricky, but Grealish is like very creative in it. So I don't know, man. So Southgate is taking Grealish for a mug as well. So
we know you don't know what he's doing anyway. So let's be realistic.
It's that bias, though, isn't it? It's that top club bias, you know, that the English FA seem to have.
Okay.
He brought Tyrone Mings in, though, didn't he? I don't know, you know. I know what you mean to some extent with the top club bias, but I honestly think he's drunk anyway, so it doesn't make much difference.
But remember, the Mings is from the academy when he was with the English under 21s or whatever. So he's part of the centre backs in the academy.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Next, what's another hot topic this week, man? All right, Barcelona. What the hell is going on in Barcelona? Do you know what? Yeah, I feel like we're in a bit of an area where a lot of clubs you had a certain mystique about them, and especially it's out the window, bro. Like I'm hearing. Like, let's even start with United. When I heard that thing about Rio and how they treated him when it comes to letting him go, and Ed Woodward went into the flipping changing room, sat down next to Rio on the last day and said, good luck with your future endeavours, mate. We're not renewing your contract, and walked out. Anyway, and then now Barca, this Messi Suarez. Did you see Messi's message?
Yeah,
Messi. Hey, listen, the way that guy is talking at the moment, I am like, wow. I saw the first page, I saw the second page, I was just like, this guy does not care anymore, boy. And the worst thing about it is he knows they can't touch him. They cannot do it.
I think he wants to leave. I think he wanted to leave this season, you know, but I think the league made it difficult. When they slapped that, you know, they want 700 million, I think that was it. No, I don't think with what's going on at the moment, I don't think no team can justify 700 million as a profit. So, you know, Messi might as well just sit down, man. He might as well just see out his contract.
It's got to be causing division in the changing room, though, man. You can't have Messi just
captain, club captain.
It's a difficult situation for Koeman, man. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah,
That's
definitely.
That's a bad situation. And obviously Suarez has gone to Atletico Madrid now, so
yeah,
I don't know, man. It's a mad situation. And
I thought he was gonna go Juve. I'm surprised he ended up going Atletico.
Nah. Him and Chiellini wouldn't get on, fam. I mean, to Bonucci.
Of course.
Oh yeah, what? You have that World Cup thing, innit?
The whole Biden situation, innit?
Was it him? I thought it was Chiellini.
It's Chiellini, innit?
They're both there.
Wow, mad one. Still, that's a mad one.
But I think it was 5 million. Weren't they doing just
5.5 million? 5.5 million. Well, listen, it's weird because Semedo, Wolves paid like 37 million or something stupid like that. But Suarez is going for like 5 million. Hey, look, sometimes things in life are just confusing, boy.
It's probably Suarez's contract, though, isn't it, compared to Semedo's? Probably more of the money will be going into taking a contract off them, isn't it?
Yeah, it's true. All right. Next thing as well. This is quite a divisive player to talk about, but he's been in the headlines a little bit over the last 2 weeks, and I just wanted to hear you guys' opinion on this talented individual and what you guys really think about him. Yeah, Neymar. I want to discuss Neymar. Yeah. had a conversation with someone this week, and the question was: has Neymar achieved his potential? Do you trust him as a baller? Do you did his move to PSG work out in terms of taking him the next player to take over the mantle from Cristiano Ronaldo and Lionel Messi? What's your views on Neymar? I'm going to start with Oguns.
We all knew that was a shambles move, to be honest, in the first place. He wanted to get out of Messi's spotlight, all of that nonsense. Now he's in Mbappe's. Their finishing was atrocious in that final. That was their chance to do something. They failed. They failed big time. And I still feel, I'm not saying Neymar's not just not to say good. Neymar's a fantastic player. He's skillful. He's quick. He's got all good attributes. But I don't know, man. It just, when let's put it this way, I still kind of feel like when I've seen the best players play football, when it's that time to get the job done, they get the job done. Like, it's just like a switch. It flicks on and you cannot stop them. I don't think he does that, to be honest. I don't think, I can't look back and say to myself, oh my God, like there was that. Like, everyone might say that was that game when they knocked PSG out or something like that. But I still don't feel it was him. Like, I feel there's times where people stand up as a player and they're counted. Like, we know when Ronaldo scored that overhead kick against Juve, and everyone was just like, oh, no, this guy, someone needs to stop him, bruv, because it's a joke. Like, there's certain moments like that in football where you're like, you know what? This is that guy. Like, this is, yeah, but I just don't feel like Neymar's ever had that moment, And so I think that move, I always thought the move was never a good idea, but...
So you think, I'll throw this to Dills, don't you think he's next in line after Cristiano and Messi? Is he not the person who is after them? Is it not him?
I'm not. I think he was supposed to be. I think he was dubbed to be, and I think at one stage he was. I think when he was at Barcelona, I think he was that next in line. But I feel like the move to PSG, I understood why he made that move, and in essence, the move did make sense. Yeah. But I feel like it has taken him a few steps back in terms of where he wanted to be. He's not won a Champions League since he's left Barcelona.
He
nearly did though, by the way.
Nearly did, but
we are not nearly men.
Can't really claim a nearly. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, I mean, I don't know if he's next in line. Would you put him ahead of Hazard? Like, would you put him ahead of Mbappe? Like, there's a few names that you could throw out there that, would definitely put a spanner in the works. So again, it's hard to say. It was just difficult to say. I don't think he's in my top three personally.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. No.
What do you think? What do you think personally on Neymar?
Neymar. Okay. Talent-wise, ability-wise, I think there's not many ballers like him when it comes to actual straight ability. His confidence level to just do the things he does on the pitch. I mean, we're talking about a player that got a yellow card, bro, for flicking the ball over someone's head. How is the referee? That's what like the referee's taking a mick. He flicked over your head, he gives you a yellow card.
Yeah.
That's the type of player Neymar, isn't it? So for me, I like personalities on the pitch, innit? Like for example, another player that I saw recently, and I'm thinking, you know what? He looks like he's got a personality on the pitch. Is Haaland, the striker Haaland. He looks like he's probably chatting like in your ear the whole game. He looks like he's the next big character. That's going to be.
Yeah, he's got a character. Yeah.
I tend to like players like that, but you know what? Ogun's raised a good point in terms of what has been Neymar's standout individual moment where like you're like, right, if it wasn't for him, this team wouldn't have done this or this team wouldn't have done that. He was having a wicked World Cup until he got that injury in his back, innit? So that was kind of like unlucky for him. So and since then, would you say he's gone up a level? I don't know. I don't want to say the PSG move is a complete flop because I do feel like his profile did go up when it went to PSG. However, I just think like obviously you was looking at the finish line and that was the moment to like say, bam, like in the Champions League final, that was that moment to say, boom, I am that next guy in it, and it just didn't happen. I feel like as well, and obviously he's got a lot of talent, but he's the type of player you have to accommodate. Like if you're gonna have him in your team has to be built to accommodate the fact that if he loses the ball, he ain't tracking back.
Tracking back.
So other players have to put in work rate for him. And you know what? I understand, innit? Like there's some players you need to do that for, you know what I mean? Because they're that good. And he's one of them players that's that good, isn't it? But sometimes you question the mindset, innit? I mean, obviously there was the thing the other day with the red card, and he said obviously the player was being racist for Marseille. So and I don't know why, and you shouldn't, but a lot of times when he's saying what he's saying, people you kind of doubt, is he gassing, or is he telling the truth? I don't know. So there's a lot of question marks about Neymar. But then after you say the top two, it is a bit of a grey area as to who's the next in line to take the mantle, you know. So I don't know, man. Neymar's a baller, but question marks, isn't it? That's my take on him anyway, man. All right, so like I want to go into the straight red topic now, yeah, because I think there's a few things that need to be discussed in this straight red area, yeah. Straight red card, yeah. Do you know what? Dills, you go first, and then Ogun, you say yours, and I'll say mine.
My straight red, right now is Christensen's red card in the Liverpool game. Yeah, the game's going fine. It's 0-0. It's where we want to be at. You know, we're heading into halftime at 0-0. One time the ball goes over the top and we're caught out. All you have to do, is just not bear hug the money. Bear hug money. That's all you have to do.
It was so bait. It was so bait. That's what made it so bad.
That's not even a tactical foul.
And then it was when I saw it happen, I couldn't believe it. I thought, oh my God. I looked at the time, I looked at the situation, I saw Kepa coming out, and I thought, what's this guy gonna do? Then when the rest pulled out the yellow card, I was shocked, because I thought it was a straight red. To me, that's a blatant red. So when they checked VAR, I just knew that, when VAR was going back, and you could just see Christensen literally was just like, I was just like, the guy is just out, just hard, he's falling on top of man. For me, Christensen deserves a red card for that. The thing is me and Ogun
get a red card.
To be honest, I'm happy Tomori came on for him, and he needs to stay at the team for a very long time.
I mean, one thing through chatting with Ogun is that we do kind of say about Christensen is that he loses concentration in the game. He always loses concentration, and for me, that's the moment where he wasn't concentrating. But what I will say is that also tells me as well that our defense proper does not have no faith in Kepa, because rather than letting the keeper kind of rush out and maybe clear the ball, whatever, he's decided to take matters into his own hand and foul Mane. And for me, that shows a lot of where the defense is at the moment in that keeper situation. So. Yeah.
Ogun, what are you saying? Straight red.
I've been thinking about this a while. To be honest, I'm gonna have to send off Man United back four for last weekend's performance. I think all them man, Lindelof in particular. Okay, the handball wasn't on him, but I'm sorry. Everything about it was just shambolic. Like, the back four just doesn't seem very mobile at all. Like, and it just looks. And do you know what? If I sit here, I'm going to have to send red cards to Christensen, to Kepa. I'm going to have to just give red cards to everyone. But I'll just leave it with Man United's back four. But I'm just going to have to keep it. With Foster mentioned then.
That one. I think Silent K wanted that one. I know
you know what? Yeah, listen. My straight red is. Do you know what? I'm not even going to say Man United's back four, bro. The straight red is Manchester United from top to bottom. Yeah, from boardroom down to players, mate. Like it's to even fan base. I'm even going to go there. Yeah, like with Manchester United, there's so much wrong with how the club is conducting themselves. there's so much division in the fan base. So in terms of being one voice to address what's going wrong in the club, there's not going to be one voice because there's so much division. In terms of the coaching staff and playing staff as well, there's a lot of question marks around the coaching. Like, is the coach improving players? Is he not improving players? Is he utilised? Okay, here's one thing I would say as well. Like one example, like for me, when Solskjaer sold Lukaku, Fellaini, Sanchez, and all these guys, they was all like, "Oh, look at him, he's clearing out the deadwood." Sold Ashley Young, "Oh, look at this, yeah, he's going about, he's being ruthless." Yeah. Now, for me, it's very easy to get rid of players like that because they're actually playing. You actually like the term market, yeah, is like, if you put it in like, make it very, very easy. It's like you should be able to see what you want to buy. Yeah, you should be able to make things appealing. Yeah, so these guys are playing. Fellaini still got a couple goals. Lukaku got a couple goals. Sanchez, Young was playing. So it's easy to get rid of them guys. Now the problem is he's got so much other guys he's struggling to get rid of who are on mad P. Yeah, Pereira, Rojo, Jones, like the list goes on. Yeah, and these are all players that he wants to get rid of because Man United's wage bill is the highest in the Premier League. It's like 330 million. And after Man United, it's Man City at 300 million. So it's like, there's like, Man United are above their actual wage bill. And that's obviously a combination of owners' decisions and probably the manager as well, renewing contracts when he shouldn't have, or recommended it or whatever. I don't even know. It depends. But for me, like, where I question, like, on a coaching level is, like, I just think back to Jurgen Klopp and I think back to the players he had when he joined. So some of these players, you would say they're like average players. But because he was playing them, it makes it appealing to other clubs. Like they can say, like even clubs of a lower level to Liverpool, they'll be like, "Oh, you know what, that player at Liverpool, he can work in our team." And I feel like with our coach, even though like we've got like this perception that a lot of the players are dead, and they probably are dead, but
shocking. I
just feel like the coach, he's going to struggle to get rid of them unless he somehow gets the best out of them to make them appealing to other clubs. So you've got to somehow integrate these players into your system in order to move them on. Until then, I think Man United this is why Man United can't buy anyone, because I think they can't bring in anyone to raise the wage bill like to another level without getting rid of people. So yeah, my straight red is for just Manchester United as a whole. It's a shambles. Obviously this week I've been in war with a couple man about Manchester United, yeah. I've been in a couple man, yeah. Especially when it comes to the Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, especially when it comes to the Pogba discussions, all this and that. There's been a few discussions flying around, but you know what? We're probably gonna have to talk about that another day. Do you know what I mean? Because I've got a lot to say about it. I might even do another individual vid when I'm gonna go in about Manchester United, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there, man.
Yeah.
Trust me. So yeah, is there any other things that we're missing that we should have discussed this week?
I mean, one thing I wanted to ask you is, okay, I wanted to ask you something about the Palace game. Yeah?
Yeah.
What did you think of Solskjaer's decision-making in terms of the substitutions? And the key one being at 1-0 when he took off Pogba and brought on Van den Beek. What did you feel about his decisions in that game?
Do you know what, yeah? I think Pogba is not being... Okay, I think the substitution was the correct substitution because I think Pogba was having a howler, yeah? And but the thing is, I don't think that particular role that the two pivot, that's not a position for Pogba. If you check it, yeah, I personally think, yeah, Pogba's best position is either on the left of a three or even left wing. Like not left wing, but like left midfield. If you check him when he was at Juventus, he was playing in the left of a three with Pirlo and Mercutio. And then even at times, he was playing left of a 3-5-2, yeah, because the middle was Vidal, Mercutio and Pirlo. With Pogba left wing back. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
But what happens when you put Pogba in them positions there? You suddenly see why Pogba's a sick player, because no defender in the world wants to go one-on-one with Pogba. He will rip you. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Dribbling ability, he creates. So I just think when you're playing him in the 2 pivot, he wants to take too many touches. People are now pressing him high up the pitch. Do you know what I mean? He's going to make mistakes. And then obviously, naturally, you're going to start saying the player's inconsistent, the player's dead, blah, 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 because he's making mistakes. So personally, I had no issues with the substitution, but my issue is just like your team selection in the first place. Do you know what I mean? How you go, not even a selection, just how you the brand of football. What is your brand of football, isn't it? How do you want the team to play?
Because I was shocked that he went with James over Greenwood. I thought Greenwood was sure to start. You know, go with the same team that he kind of left off with from the last season, no?
It's probably because of the controversy, I reckon. I reckon he bottled it because of the
controversy. But then look at Pep with Foden, though. Threw Foden straight away. Foden was...
But Solskjaer's not Pep, fam. Like, to be honest, I'm not taking a piss. There is no reason for Daniel James to be on that football pitch. Let's be realistic. Because it's not like Man United had a midweek Champions League game against Barcelona. There was no reason for him to be on that football pitch.
Yeah.
Solskjaer bottled it.
It's poor decision making, mate. It's poor decision. He thought he could protect the player, but if anything, I think it like with Foden, no one even batted an eyelid about him starting.
Yeah.
When he started the other day, no one was like, "Oh my God, he had the controversy. Why are you starting him?" If he just started Greenwood and Greenwood just played his game, no one would have said nothing. So I just think sometimes when you make them decisions, you put more of a spotlight on it. But it is what it is, and you know what? You live by the sword, you die by the sword, man. So
yeah,
I don't know, man. He needs. Do you know what I think he needs to do? Like, he's tried to change the brand of football to precision football, and for me, in order to do that, he needs to kind of change that midfield a bit. He needs, personally, if it was me, I would probably go like 4-4-1-1. Like, and play like Bruno off of Martial, Pogba on the left with Matic, Van der Beek in the middle, and probably have Lingard on the right, and just have some sort of mobile team. And then
Rashford
on the bench, mate. Impact. Impact. You know what I mean? At least it gives the team some more options. That's what I'll do. But then have we got the wing backs to play that sort of system where everyone's all like narrow midfielders? So I don't know, but for me, like, Solskjaer probably needs to go back to some sort of counter-attacking football that he was doing before to protect his job. Like, just get the team back and use pace, because, bro,
it's only one game. It's only one game.
Bro, you know what? It's more.
This weekend.
More than that, man. I think man need to really watch Manchester United and how we're playing. They're like this close to a madness happening.
So wait, who have you got this weekend?
We've got Brighton away.
Brighton's kind of tough, you know.
Man like Trossard and listen.
Yeah.
Duncan, that fam.
Do you know what it is, yeah? Do you know what it is? Honestly,
Gallagher.
You know, I think Man United is going to suffer with as well for the next couple matches. Maybe till after the international break, but it's the fact that they've had the month off, not playing no games. The only pre-season game was really Aston Villa. Palace had a few pre-season games, so they're off and going. You know, Brighton's had a couple matches. They're up and running. United, these couple matches are going to now be United's pre-season game. Look at the Luton game. Although it was a second string team, it was still quite slow. You know, they had to kind of throw on the big boys to get going. I think it's going to be like that for the next couple matches for United. But I think as the season gets on, I think they'll kick on. Mm-hmm. I think so. I believe so. I think you lot just need to just hold fire, man. Just hold fire.
Hold fire.
Just hold fire.
I mean, like, it's going to be a tough season for everyone this year, man. I think there's a lot of good footballing teams. I'm seeing some teams look like they've improved. Arsenal look like they've improved. Everton looks strong. Wolves are getting busy in the market. Hey, that guy for Wolves, Pondence?
Oh, Pondence. Yeah, he's decent for him.
Who does he look like?
He's had a bit of juice for a while.
Who does he look like to you?
He looks like Hazard.
He looks like Eden Hazard.
Yeah, I've seen him a few times.
This guy's moving like Hazard.
He plays like him as well. He plays like him as well.
The movement, and the control is tight, fam.
It's dirty. It's dirty. He's getting snapped up next season, definitely.
Fans out there, that Podence has got 2 assists in 2 games, bro. And he's like 5.5 mil, bro, or some nonsense like that. So keep an eye on
that nutmeg to De Bruyne was dirty.
De Bruyne hated that.
And the way he was ripping Mendy as well, hey, I'm not gonna lie, I was thinking, nah, you know what? This guy, man, he's giving Mendy.
You know what? There's a couple players who've like under the radar have been ripping mans. Who else ripped? Did I see rip someone the other day? The youth from West Ham.
Oh, West Ham. Ooh,
yeah,
when that goal he scored, that was a banger as well.
Who Bowen?
No, Diaz. What's his name?
Oh, no, that's West Brom. He plays for West Brom now.
West Brom. Yeah, the one from West Ham that went to West Brom. Sorry, yeah. Because he scored the first goal in it, and then it got popped.
Yeah, that Diang Dang or whatever. Yeah.
Diangana, that's it.
Yeah,
like, bro, he's
got a bit about him.
He looks a baller now. So he was another player that caught my eye. That looks like they're establishing themselves, and obviously Izzy from Palace.
Oh yeah, that is it.
Oh, is it? Oh yeah.
Yeah, so he's looking a bit tricky as well. There's a couple people, man. That's it's gonna be a good season, man. Definitely, man.
Zaha looks like he's on fire. I'm surprised no one ain't snapped him up, man. I'm shocked.
It's too expensive. It's too expensive. And to be honest, I still don't. No, they were selling for 40. No chance.
I'm hearing. I thought that's what Palace wanted for him. 40 million.
Nah. That's someone was trying to tell rumors, fam. Minimum 60, bro. If not 70, there's no way, bro.
You know,
then Arsenal want him.
Do you know
what?
But
they went for Pepe because of. Actually, I don't even know why they went for Pepe, but you know what? Whatever. Maybe because they could pay in installments.
You know what though? Like what I was saying about Neymar and that the confidence. I like players with confidence who just take responsibility, and that Zaha takes responsibility like differently. But for Palace, he takes responsibility, man, and he's a different player to the player that left Manchester United, definitely. So
they never played for you, lot.
Hey, shout out to Patrice and that, trying to expose the stories and that. You know what I'm saying?
We might have to do a disclaimer, fam, because boy,
the madness out there. So yeah, man. All right then, lads. So it's been good catching up, man. So for everyone at home, you've been watching the Straight Red Football channel. Please like, share, subscribe, comment as well if there's anything we've discussed. Do you know what I mean? Who do you think's are the title favourites right now? What do you think about Manchester United? What do you think about Chelsea? Havertz hat trick the other day. Please like, comment, share. You've been watching the Straight Red channel, man. Peace.
All right. Yeah. See you later.